Hey, I just wanted to take the time to thank some of the subscribers' comments that they've been sending me. They're very good advice, very helpful. Uh, well, Bob Smith B. No, I don't want to give him a shout out. He's very rude. He tells me to call Pete and ask him to come over there and help you fix the son of a bitch. That was on the last one. How rude. I'm gonna have to remove that one. Jimmy Hendricks, thanks for the good times. Thanks for the good times. Backyard good times comment. Let's see. The new subscriber, the Chevelle 1473. Thank you very much, man. Somebody made a rude comment about my wife having her about her teeth, man. I can't believe that. I ain't even gonna repeat what he said, man. I don't even know if I erased it or not, but she gave him a message of her own. Very rude, but Dean commented that, you know, you have an attractive family. Thank you very much, dude. Russell Finch, give a shout out to you. The old coin chaser commented. Thank you, man. I really appreciate you leaving the comments on here. Here's your shout out, man. Thank you very much for commenting on my channel. He'll be a hill on. He's been with me since since the beginning of time, I think. Let's see. Chad Dolan. The Train. Thank you. Danny the Plumber, man. That's a good one there, man. That dude saved my ass with a video. I had a video on there on how to inspect and light your hot water heater, and I got some people on there slamming me, telling me that I was doing it wrong, and he got on there and totally took up for me, and I really appreciated him for taking up for me, telling, you know, my subscribers that, look, you saved your landlord about I think it was $275, depending on the plumber, and I saved him that amount of money. Let's see. There's just so many of them on here, so I'm trying to respect everybody. 70 Carlton. He commented on my the bicycle one. 4-speed fun. Thank you very much. Big Eyes watching you. That's a comment that I really appreciate you, man. I really appreciate you, and that brings up a subject that I wanted to tell you about, and I appreciate you giving me that comment, but it's just a coincidence that you gave the comment out there. And my lawyer called me today, and he told me, he says, so how's it going? I said, oh, everything's okay. He says, well, your case is looking good and everything. And I said, really? And he says, yeah. He says, all your medical records are coming in. He says, I see you have 3 more surgeries coming up, coming up, which is good, you know. So that's one thing there. And he told me that I hope you get better, and I hope these surgeries are successful. He says, but here's the thing, man. He says, on your videos, he says, I don't really see anything wrong with them or anything like that. He did tell me that he needed a new address for me, because I just previously moved to this address, and that Social Security was wanting the new address. And so I gave it to him, you know, and everything. So he's going to give it to them. But he told me this. He says, man, he says, once you get on your disability, you can go do things on your YouTube channel. And he says, I'm telling you that social media cannot be used against you in your disability claim in court. He said, however, it can be used as a tool for them to do the investigations needed to be done, and then that makes his job harder, because then he has to he has to prove that I'm disabled, which, and he told me, he says, by all means, man, he says, you know, he says, let me explain this to you. On one hand, you're one of the easiest cases there is to prove because of your medical records. He says, but what I got to be prepared for is what they're going to be coming at me with and I got to be prepared for that. And I did give him my channel a long time ago and let him view it, but he says, he says, you know, he says, I know you're eager to go out there and you're eager to show your subscribers that not to give up, not to be a quitter, and you know, there's just a lot of things that he says that you're a positive channel, hands down. He says, but when you're going on there and you're explaining things to them, you leave out bits and pieces that are important, you know, and it just gives a lot of viewers out there that might be trolls, you might call them, or haters. And he says it just, you know, I noticed you bog around with your ADHD and stuff, so you forget to leave out a lot of details and everything, and therefore it makes it look like you're that you might be a sham or a scammer or something in some people's eyes. He says, but by all means, he says, man, he says, just try to be patient, man. He says, you know, this is a small piece of your life right here that you're going to need to be still. He says, after you get your disability, you can go out there and do what you need to do. You can go out there and sand on a car, you know. You can do that, and it's not going to hurt you at all, you know. He says, but when I'm over here trying to prove a case in court, it can't be used against you, but they can, that's giving them the tools to go out there and look around, you know. He says, and you go over there to the, you know, to somebody's shop or whatever, and they're not necessarily showing you doing anything, even if they're using any kind of tool or anything, or doing any kind of work that would make it to where you're not qualifying. He says, but look, if you tick that guy off enough, man, you know, he could make it bad for you, you know. He could be, you know, just be so furious and upset. And so he told me he recommended that I take down any kind of video showing anger towards him. He says, you know, it's okay to get on your channel and keep it real, but don't show so much anger there, you know. Don't make your channel an angry channel. Drama is not a good thing to have in your life. And I had another subscriber on there that told me, I forget what his name was, maybe I can find him, but he gave me some good advice. Maybe I can find it. I'm not going to waste a lot of time on here. I wish I could give him a shout out, because that was good advice that he gave me. Let me see if I can find it right quick. Oh yeah, that was the, let me comment on this one right quick. Tom Kepler commented, Mama needs some teeth to fit her mouth. What a rude thing to say, Tom Kepler. Let me click over there and see if I can block old Tom Kepler. Man, that's not right for him to say that about my wife. That's just outrageous. Why would you want to say that about my wife? Let's go click over here to his channel. Has absolutely no content. Just has a playlist. He has four videos that he likes. Let's click over here. Okay, you're blocked, man. Bye-bye, man. I'm not going to stand for you talking about my wife like that. I just bought those teeth for her. And at the time, she had teeth. At that time that video was being shot, she had teeth, temporaries, that were put in her mouth. And I spent a lot of money on those teeth because I wanted her to be beautiful, you know. And those were temporaries that were there, and they were hurting, so she had to take them out. And you've made her so self-conscious now. She's having a hard time coming back on this YouTube channel, and I want you to know that, man. You just about almost might have messed this up for her. And I told her, look, and her son got on his knees right in front of her, please, Mom. She says, it's one thing for me not to want to get on the channel because I might get picked on by kids at school, but, you know, he told her that you're going to have comments like that, and please, because he knows that I want my wife to be on there with me, and he wants to be on there with me, just not right now while he's going to school, because kids can be so hateful. But anyway, I just wanted to let y'all know that I'm going to have to probably just do what my lawyer asks of me, and he did tell me this. He said it's okay to go over there and shoot videos of someone else's working. He says that's completely fine. Good luck on that. That's a good area to conquer. He says, but to show yourself working is fine in the future, just not right now, man. He says, you know, you don't want somebody powwowing outside of your house, watching every move you make, making you scared and paranoid and worrying your ass off. And he says, it just makes my job a lot easier if you will just do this for me. And so I told him I would. And I wanted to let y'all know that. And I'm sorry. I do got this one thing that I'm coming up with. I'm going to show people how to make ID bracelets out of cloth. And I'm also going to try to sell some. I'm very good at making them. What it is you take tiny pieces of thread, and you weave together, I think it's 7 pieces of thread, you know, sewing thread off the spool. You spin together 7 of those, and you make a little tiny rope. And then you take those ropes, 7 of them, and I'll show you, but you basically make it out of a plastic peanut butter jar, because it's round, or you can weave it around a coffee cup, or you can just create a customized item, as long as it's, you know, you can wrap it around something about the size of your finger, and it customizes, you know, things for people. But I thought that was a good concept that would keep me busy. And then going over there to my buddy Noise Customs place and show maybe once a week, and show what's going on over there, and little tips and tricks on you know, the right way to do a drop and the wrong way to do a drop. And he's a real nice guy. But anyway, I'm gonna get off here and let y'all go, and thank y'all for watching, and I'll see y'all till next time. Bye.